Welcome, 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 collectives. My name is Ora-gen, and this is the Ora-gen Channel. I want to welcome you back on this most amazing Friday, 3:22 on the clock, as we begin the message today. Today's date is Friday, August 8th of 2025. So definitely we are at the end of the week, heading into the weekend. If you are seeing some of the numbers associated with the time that we are starting the message or today's date, definitely go look those numbers up in the gematria and angel number meanings for more messages associated with today's reading. Guys, this download is wild, okay? When I tell you it's one of these ones, when I say it's wild, it's something that is a message that I would not expect for this message to download or channel through, okay? So once again, all of the readings are for entertainment purposes. So more than likely this is metaphorical, but if it's not a metaphor and it is something that is happening on our world scene, I will definitely revisit the message and do a part 2 on it if there is something here. But I am picking up an energy that is coming that will change the world as we know it. And I'm not speaking about like historical figures like Jesus. I'm not speaking about that. I'm speaking about some other kind of energy here that has a lot of power and influence that is getting ready to do something that's going to change things greatly. Not just things in the US, but this is something I'm picking up as more of a global energy, guys. So I picked up an energy that was something like a futurist or a mastermind, someone who might be a millionaire or billionaire status, and that a regular person or a person who is not of that status is working with them or will end up working with them. So this was kind of wild. I did pull some energy on this, but guys, I did see that there was a person who was either a young adult or a person who would be considered like, maybe somebody in their late 30s or early 40s. Somebody was youthful looking. And this was a masculine energy. I have to say in the download, guys, I did see a male, okay? So this was someone who had some form of a disability. They were sitting in like a powered wheelchair of some kind. So they needed assistance with getting around. So this energy was working with a virtual computer. So it kind of had a futuristic vibe. If any of you have seen movies or sci-fi films where a person is working with a computer where they seem to be kind of manipulating the air or drawing symbols in the air or directing a device by making motions with their hands. That is what I was seeing. So there was a feminine energy, and I did see a female sitting next to this person speaking about the wording of how a video or some project that they were working on should look. They were discussing it. And the feminine energy was sitting right next to the masculine energy in a chair. I also noted with this download that there were energies around this feminine energy that I saw that were not comfortable with the fact that they were working with this masculine energy, this futurist, this mastermind, this billionaire, whomever this is. They weren't comfortable with the fact that this feminine energy was working with this person. So I don't know, these could be friends, family, coworkers. It could be anyone that this feminine energy knows or is close to. So there was a feminine energy that was a friend or an associate of this feminine energy that was working with the futurist, the mastermind. And they were warning this feminine energy about dealing with someone who they felt was nefarious. And that word nefarious was very significant. So people started to view this feminine energy in a certain way because they had the ear of this futurist and other powerful energies that deal with, or are part of the plans associated with this futurist. And I have to note here what I saw in the download. Some of these energies were human and some of them were other. Okay? Take that as it resonates. So this feminine energy was sitting at this masculine side while a very important document was being created. And this was a document, from what I could see in the download, that would change everything. Kind of deep, right? Sounds like it could be a movie if it's not something that is literal. But definitely, this is what came through in the download. That download came in just this morning, guys. So I pulled some cards from the tarot because I'm actually at my office today and I'm not around my other decks. But something told me to grab the tarot on the way out the door, so I did. And I did pull some energy on this message today. So I did see that a 10 of Wands, a 10 of Pentacles, and an 8 of Pentacles, all three of these popped out. So the 10 of Wands was in the upright, the 10 of Pentacles was in the reverse, and the 8 of Pentacles was also in reverse. So I was able to pick up that somebody was very burdened, or something was very difficult or challenging for an energy here. Because I was asking Spirit, like, who is this mastermind, this futurist that is stepping to the forefront? Like, what is this about? Whomever this is very burdened about something. Like something is difficult or challenging that they've been dealing with. I also picked up that there are some energies here associated with the dark side of wealth. And I don't just mean like things going poorly with wealth. I mean energies and entities that use their wealth in ways that are not beneficial for the masses. Okay? So there's something in the energy here about that. I also picked up something here in the 8 of Pentacles about some sort of misdirected passion, something that someone was working on very hard. They were very focused on something and working very hard on something, but this is some sort of misguided or misdirected passion. So those are the first things I picked up in the energy. And then the Hierophant card flew out in the upright. So what that told me is that there's some groups, organizations, or maybe conglomerates of energies or entities that are working together at something that is either meant to burden others or burden someone, or these groups are working at something that they find to be very challenging, that is associated with like some sort of misdirected passion or misguided passion. And that these entities or these beings are quite wealthy or associated with wealth, but it's something about the way that the wealth is being used. It's low vibrational. Okay. So this could either be individuals, so persons, places, or spaces. It may not be a person. It might be a group. It might be an organization. It might be a standard or a way of doing things that is very societal, structural, institutionalized, and a way of looking at things. So definitely be open-minded as you're hearing the message and take the energy as it resonates. Then what came out of the deck was the 3 of Swords in reverse, the Emperor in the upright, the 10 of Cups in reverse, and the Sun in reverse. Because I started to ask Spirit, so who is it that's associated with like this futurist energy or this mastermind energy? And what I saw that, from the cards that came out here, is there something going on here with an energy that is moving on from something. They're releasing some sort of heartbreak about something. They're releasing pain. Then the Emperor popped up in the upright. This is an individual, this mastermind, or this billionaire, this wealthy person, potentially that came from the dark side of wealth themselves when I start to look into the cards on this energy. But this is someone who is respected as a leader, okay? Somebody who is very controlled and disciplined. This is an emperor energy in the upright. This is somebody who is viewed as someone who has these qualities, that is releasing something, is moving on from something, releasing some sort of pain or heartbreak. And I can see from the Ten of Cups in reverse and the Sun in reverse, because I was asking Spirit about, the background of this person. Looks like they came from some sort of a broken family or some sort of toxicity that has to do with their childhood. This is somebody that may have dealt with depression, sadness. Maybe they were careless and arrogant at one point. But something is changing about their energy, and they're releasing something. They're healing from something and wanting to move into a new position. And this might be why the Emperor is showing up in the upright. Then, guys, and by the way, the Emperor might be like a fire sign or an Aries, potentially. So then what we had was the Three of Wands, more fire on the table in the upright. Somebody is making preparation to do something, some sort of expansion, or they're making progress with something. And then I asked Spirit what that was, and the Tower came out in reverse, but there's a Tower coming. So the Tower in reverse talks about more like a tower associated with personal transformation. Maybe there's some stormy times up ahead. Maybe somebody's restless about something. There might be a fear of change, right? But there's definitely something going on that has to do with a personal transformation associated with like something changing. And somebody is making preparation for this. And I believe it is this Emperor in the upright. So somebody's coming in to do something at a time when things are tumultuous or other things are happening that are challenging, difficult, right? Things might feel like hard work, but they're coming in because they've had a change of heart about something. So this energy, this Emperor energy, is making preparation or is making progress at doing something associated with a transformation, a change, something that has to do with like difficult times ahead, stormy, rocky weather, waters, something that's challenging, that this Emperor energy is coming in specifically to deal with, to combat, to create something associated with this time period. So what I want to ask here, boy, I'm going to ask Spirit if you could tell us, like, what is this they're coming in to do? I have a King of Wands in the reverse. Somebody has like some unachievable expectations. Somebody's impulsive. Okay. Somebody's ruthless, potentially. What we need to find out is the way that this energy is going to change everything. Is it positive? That's what I don't know. Somebody's definitely stepping in to do something that's going to create like waves or a ripple that will affect the globe, but I don't know if this is positive or not. There's a Six of Pentacles on the table, Earth sign in Taurus. It's in reverse. Yeah, something here about power and domination and strings attached. I don't know. It's not generous. I'm not picking up a generous energy. Yes. Has this Emperor had a change of heart about something? Yes. But when I ask if it's going to benefit everybody, I keep getting power and domination, power and domination. Yeah. Nine of Swords here in reverse. Something here about inner turmoil. There's also something here about releasing worry, hope, maybe reaching out. It's almost like when I look at this other card that talks about like misdirected passions, it's almost like this energy wants to come in to help, but there's something off about their thought process or what's motivating them, or maybe the way that they're trying to help isn't helpful to everyone. There's something going on here because we have the Six of Pentacles in reverse, like upright. This talks about charity and giving and wealth. But in the reverse, it's like the opposite energy. So it's like somebody is stepping up because they can see there's a lot of problems and issues and they want to help or they want to do something about it, maybe change the way things works or something like that. But it ends up being a problem that affects a lot of people due to the power and domination issue. And this is where I'm picking up the whole misdirected passions. Okay, the Eight of Pentacles. And that's Earth sign and Virgo energy. This energy is worried about something. They're like in deep turmoil about the direction that things is going, but I don't know if what they're going to do is going to help. We have the Five of Cups here, water sign in Scorpio. Something here about acceptance, moving on, finding peace. Spirit, can you clarify? Oops. Can you clarify the Five of Cups, please? Let's see what we have here. Please clarify the Five of Cups. Who's moving on? A Queen of Cups? A Queen of Cups in reverse who's in their feelings, who's insecure, is having to move on. Wow. We have the Ten of Swords here. Something can't get any worse. Like Ten of Swords in someone's back. It's in reverse, but it's like somebody had to release something in order to try to step into a position, to try to help, or to assert their belief that doing this, fill in the blank, whatever that is going to help this situation. Somebody might believe that what they're going to do is meant to be helpful, but in fact, it might not be because the motivation or the passion is off. And I'm picking up Queen of Cups energy in reverse. Somebody's really in their feelings about something. They might even be insecure about something, but they feel like it can't get any worse. Somebody is resisting the inevitable. And it's possible that this energy, because they have a lot of wealth or resources, is making like a last-ditch effort to try to have an effect on something, and it's not going to work out the way that they think it's going to work out. Or they feel like, well, I'm at the end of my rope anyways, I might as well try, because the inevitability is fill in the blank. It can't be worse than the inevitability, so I might as well try. That's the energy I'm getting here with the Ten of Swords in the back in the reverse. Yeah, somebody's making a transition here into something. I keep getting this message of somebody leaving something behind and trying to move on. Whatever this is has affected their wealth, okay? because we had that Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Their wealth has been greatly affected. So it's like part of this last ditch effort might be associated with their wealth. And this might be where this whole thing of um, power and domination comes from. Like they're losing their ability to be able to hold power and dominion over something. That's what I'm picking up. Spirit, any other messages here? Oh my goodness, I don't even know what to ask about this. This is wild. Messages to help us to understand more about this energy and who they are, please. Wow. We have Seven of Wands here in reverse. This energy is very exhausted. Whatever they've been doing has tired them out. Yeah, more hard work. Knight of Pentacles. This one talks about hard work and productivity and efficiency. But so somebody working at something and getting some results, like bringing something into the picture that actually has a result. That's interesting that followed the Seven of Wands. More fire energy on the table. Somebody's exhausted, but they're working hard at something. Oh, the star. Okay. Air sign in Aquarius. The star energy may have something to do with the feminine energy that I saw sitting beside this masculine energy. This is someone who is more hope and faith-based. They're somebody who's spiritually fortunate. There's somebody that's kind of like viewed as a chosen one, or someone who has a spiritual connection or an energetic connection that others view as calming, spiritual, positive. There's an energy here. I wonder if they're doing hard work in association with the star. The Magician's in reverse. Somebody's manipulating somebody. Yeah, there's a narcissist trying to manipulate the star. I'm wondering if the feminine energy that I saw sitting with the masculine, that was the mastermind in Futurist, people were warning this feminine energy not to work with this mastermind and Futurist because they viewed them as nefarious. So something here about this mastermind's energy, others that are aware of them do not view them as helpful. So I don't know if this star energy kind of got manipulated, Magician in reverse, into an illusion of some sort to get their assistance, support, energy to work with them on whatever this is. Yes, look at this. Two of Cups in reverse. Yeah, there's some sort of imbalance here. I don't think this star really is supposed to be working with this energy, this masculine energy, because I don't think this masculine energy is doing what they say they're doing. The Magician in reverse, there's some sort of illusion here. Somebody's getting ready to find out. Yeah, we have the Fool card here. Something here about an innocence here, or a blind faith. Somebody believes something faithfully, but it's like a blind faith. They haven't tested it. With the Fool card, we see the Fool walking dangerously towards the edge of a cliff. And they're just, they have their instrument, their lute or whatever, and their dog, and they're just kind of looking up at the sky, but they're very close to the edge of a cliff. Somebody is not, they're like just trusting something without really looking into whether this is the right thing for them to be doing or not. And it could be because this star energy is in some kind of an illusion. It's almost like a light worker or somebody that's being utilized for something kind of low-key nefarious, but they don't really understand it. Could be a King of Swords. Yep, we got the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Some sort of misaligned teamwork. Yeah, I don't think this star is supposed to be... I'm picking up the stars like a Queen of Pentacles energy. Water and earth sign on the table. They have something to give. It's like somebody wants to use somebody's energy, guys. That's what I'm picking up. Somebody wants to use the star's energy for whatever their nefarious purpose or plans are. And the star is kind of like, la li la li la. Okay. Not fully that, but kind of like some sort of misaligned passion associated with whatever this project is. You know, this mastermind, this this wealthy mastermind, this futurist, is expressing something very passionately to this star and encouraging them to get involved. You know, it can't get any worse. We have to do this. We have to try. We got to da, da, da. It's like somebody really pushing on somebody to get them to do something. And through that passion, they've created an illusion. Like, this is the only way. We've got to do it this way. We got to get this done. You know, this is the pathway to get to, you know, fill in the blank, wherever. And it's like the star fell for this, or is in this space of illusion with this mastermind energy. And so they're helping with something that maybe they normally wouldn't. But I see the Fool card here. They're stepping out onto a cliff that if they would just look down for a moment, they would see, oh yeah, I probably should stop walking. There's like a 5,000 foot drop off here. But they're not seeing it. They're focused on whatever this illusion is. And it could be a Queen of Pentacles energy here. Somebody who has something to give that would help with whatever this is that's being worked on. And then, of course, the Devil card in the upright coming out right after that. There's something codependent, toxic, or destructive about the behavior of this energy they're working with. It's not good for the star, and it's not good for the masculine energy. Neither one. So guys, I don't know. This looks like a situation that somebody is being misled or misdirected into doing something. Like they're going to give their resources and support to something that may not be the best thing for them to be supporting. And further than that, it might be something that affects a lot of energies in a negative way. That's what I'm picking up here. If something does pop up like in a news story or something happens on the world scene, like I mentioned, I will come back and revisit this energy. But this is as far as Spirit is letting me go with this download at this time. So I will keep tabs on this. But yeah, there's a star-like energy or a light worker, a chosen one that's being asked to see something a certain way. And they're involved in something that really is not to their highest benefit or the benefit of others around them. That's what I'm seeing. So I'm going to go on ahead and close the reading out there. So sending so much love and light to you guys. Definitely 8/8 today, Lionsgate portal. Don't know how you feel about that, but definitely we can feel a lot of shifting in the energy over the past couple of weeks, all the way up to today's date. Take time out for self-care, self-love, self-supportive activities, and just kind of relax as best you can over the weekend, especially if you've been having issues with sleep, you know, cognitive issues, focus issues, relationship issues. Try to talk a little bit less, breathe, and self-care a little bit more. Okay, guys. So once again, this is your girl Ora-gen. Big shout out to the subscribers of the channel. Please do like, share, subscribe, hit the all button. for all notifications so you don't miss your message. And I appreciate you guys so much for being here with me for another reading. I will be back this weekend with some lives and some new messages for the collectives. Love and light to each and every one of you, and I look forward to being with you in the next reading.